Welcome back everybody, I hope you're having a beautiful day. It's another Am I the A-hole day today and I hope you're excited. I woke up ready for horrifying content and I'm pretty sure that's what we're going to read about today. Am I the a-hole for telling my husband's kids how broke he was when we met after they insinuated that I was a gold digger? I'm 38 female, been married to my husband Rob, 52 male, for 4 years. My husband's late wife died 1 year before we met and we dated for 2 years before marriage. He has 2 kids, 28 Madison and 26 Brett. Note that I'm not calling them my stepkids because they explicitly told me that I'm not their stepmom, I'm just their dad's wife. I didn't play a part in raising them, so I'm okay with that. It's always been tense between us. I've tried my best to be kind to them and have been generous when I can be, but they are very cold with me. Being a child of divorce, I can partially relate to a parent moving on, so I try not to force anything. Madison recently got engaged and we are excited about it. Everybody was over recently and she asked about a wedding budget from us, and Rob told her he was able to contribute $10,000. She has bigger hopes for a wedding than this, so she was upset and kept on asking for more. Rob, however, is still working hard on building his savings back up. Before his late wife died, he basically wiped out his cash savings, had to cash out a 401k, and even took a small mortgage on his house to cover medical costs, as well as life expenses since he had to cut back on working. Eventually, he had to drop that job for a more flexible but lower paying one. So this $10,000 is really generous of him. Rob went out to run an errand and it was just me and his kids. Madison then asked me if I'm going to give any in addition to what her dad is giving. Wow, okay, so that's already sort of rude. I told her that we're a marital unit and that's what we discussed together as a reasonable amount to contribute. She then said, "Oh, I should have known. Obviously, you married an older man for what he had, not for what you could give." Oh my god, that's such an a-hole thing to say. I knew that she didn't like me, but this was the most flat out rude thing she ever said. I kinda lost it and I said, "Excuse me, who do you think has been paying the second mortgage that your dad took out to pay his debts?" The truth of the matter is I make more than her father by a large margin. I have no debt and I've been paying 70% of the household bills the whole time that we've been married. The 10k that we're giving her is available because I've been able to subsidize her father's living expenses for a few years. I made it clear that not only am I not a gold digger, I'm literally wealthier than my older husband. She called me stuck up after this and stormed out. Oh no, they suck, OP. They're so rude. Then she called her dad later and said that I told her that I blamed her mother for being sick for her not having a better wedding budget. I told him what happened and he was mad at her, but also said that I should not have shared his financial details with the kids. Yeah, but the kids shouldn't be so rude. So how much are you gonna contribute to my wedding? Get out of here. So bloody rude. The audacity to say that. Like 100% what this is Madison has made her mind up on you. She's like, "No, I don't like you. You're either a gold digger or you're stuck up or you're an evil person." And yeah, I don't blame you for telling Madison how it is, OP. I don't get why she feels so entitled to be so rude to you for no reason. And also the audacity to ask you for money while also calling you a gold digger. Like, that's such a rude comment anyway. Like, oh, are you gonna contribute to my wedding? The audacity. Yeah, this comment, not the a-hole. Next time Madison calls you a gold digger, tell her to hold the mirror up to her own face, because asking somebody to give more money is an a-hole move. Yeah, sounds so bratty and entitled. No, you're not the a-hole, OP. And like this comment says, not the a-hole, but your husband needs to have stern words with his kids. If he doesn't have a word about calling you a gold digger and then spouting lies, you maybe need to consider whether he does actually love and respect you. Perhaps he's the gold digger. And the comment above that one too, not the a-hole, he should have shared his financial situation himself. She's an adult and she's old enough to understand that medical expenses are the reason there aren't larger savings. This should not feel like blaming the sick person. It's a sad reality of for-profit healthcare. Yeah, I can't believe Madison in this story. That's such immature and entitled behavior from somebody who's about to get married. That's so bad. The next one is called, "Am I the a-hole for telling my daughter-in-law, for F's sake, I have a life and I'm not gonna be a cookie cutter grandma and I will call the police." My son and my daughter-in-law have been married for around 7 years at this point. They have 2 kids. All of my children are out of the home and living their life. My husband and I are still working and will probably retire in 10 to 15 years, around 70. My daughter-in-law and I got along much better before the kids came into the picture. They live 30 minutes away and she's always trying to drop them off. I thought my son was in on this, but no. I sat them down and he had no idea that this was even happening. I showed them many texts asking for me to babysit, and he was under the impression that I've only babysat twice this month, not 16 times. Apparently she's been dropping them off with me to hang out with people, and my son was under the impression that she was taking them with her. I started to communicate in a group chat with them so everybody was on the same page. I only respond to her in the group chat, and if she does start to spam me with text messages about it, I throw a screenshot in the group chat and I have my son deal with it. We have talked and it comes down with her wanting her kids to have the same relationship that she had with her grandparents. In short, I explained that I'm still working and I will not have that relationship, that I can't have the kids every other day just like she had growing up. We agreed to every 2 weeks to have a grandma day. All good for about a year. My son is now traveling for work and she's at it again. The time difference makes it hard to have him shut it down when it happens. I was home for about an hour when she showed up at my home. She wanted me to babysit when she went shopping. I had had enough at this point. I told her for F's sake, I have my own life, that I would not be the cookie cutter grandma that she wants, and if she does try to leave the kids with me from now on, without my agreement, that I'll call the police for abandonment. She called me a jerk and stormed off. My son called me trying to smooth it over and saying that I may have gone too far. Edit for everybody going on about how he couldn't know. Doesn't he talk to his kids? The kids were 4 months and 1 year old when she kept on dropping them off. They weren't really talking. The older sure could move, but not a big talker. It really hit off when she was pregnant and got even worse when the second one was born. Yeah, no, you're not the a-hole OP, and I don't feel like you went too far. Like, yeah, awesome. Your daughter-in-law had a good relationship with her grandparents. It's not fair to make you feel like that you have to do the same when you can't. Like the top comment says, not the a-hole. That's nice that she had that kind of relationship with her grandparents, but absolutely nothing entitles her to force it onto you. Good job on the boundaries. Your son needs to step up here too, though, and get more involved with his own kids. The group text idea was brilliant and is a great way to keep him in the loop. And OP said, don't make assumptions. He is very involved with the kids. When he comes back from the trip, he will always take the kids out to let her have a chance to herself. He's been to every milestone they've ever had. He just gave her a weekend trip with their friends for Mother's Day and stayed behind with the kids. He goes to their doctor appointments. They switch off childcare mornings and nights. He takes them with him all the time. He spends alone time with the kids. The kids are in daycare, so really they have nights together. He is a good father. Not his fault that he needed to travel for work so they have money. That's what happens when you're the main breadwinner. Work says go do it, and then you go do it. And the comment under that says not his fault either that he married somebody that wanted kids, but not the responsibility of raising them. Daughter-in-law is the a-hole. Yeah, definitely. You're not the a-hole, OP. The next one is called, am I the a-hole for not making food for my dad's stepkids? I, 16 male, make my own lunch for school. I started making them when I was 11 and my mum was sick with cancer, and now I make all of my lunches. My dad refuses to give me lunch money for school, said no way in hell to making them. Mum made his and now he pays for lunch every day, and doesn't want to give me permission to eat outside school, which is an option with parents' consent, because he'd need to pay for that, so I make them. I work part-time, and so I started paying for the ingredients I use in my lunches. My dad got married 2-ish years ago. His wife has 3 kids who are 5, 7, and 8. For about a year, there's been this issue where my dad and his wife want me to make all 4 lunches. They said if I'm making my own, I should make my siblings, and I say quote-unquote siblings because they're not my siblings, lunches too to save their mum time and to streamline everything. I was like, no, and my dad's wife was shocked. She called me out for making stuff only for myself. She said that it's crazy that I would look at my siblings and not want to make a few things for them too. No, it's not. Oh my god. You're already so not in the wrong, OP. It escalated to where they said that I shouldn't get to eat their dinners if I won't participate in taking care of the family. Oh wow, I bet you can't wait to move out, OP. So I buy my own dinner stuff from now on, and I make my own. And now they're calling me out for doing that. They said I could make dinner for all 4 of us, and then we could eat dinner earlier and my dad and his wife could do something else. Why the hell should OP do something for you? Oh, they sound awful, OP. My dad's wife didn't make lunches for her kids on several occasions to try and make me relent. Their teachers ended up feeding them and writing to her about it. She was super pissed off and asked me if I was ashamed. Oh, the audacity. I told her they're her kids and her problem, not mine. I also suggested that she take it up with my dad if she's not happy and wants help feeding her kids because it's not my job. She said that if dad won't feed me, he won't feed her kids. I shrugged her off. Oh, they're so awful, OP. Monday was a big day in all of this. I was home for hours alone and I made a nice dinner. I was eating when my dad's wife came home with her kids who were hungry and she exploded on me and asked if I'd made the kids dinner. I said no. Yeah, why should you have to make them dinner? She demanded that I make it up to them by making them lunch for Tuesday, yesterday, and I said no. She called me a bunch of names and told me that she freaking hates me because I'm supposed to be a decent kid. Oh, get out of here. And yet I won't help feed her kids, and it's not how you treat family. I told her because it's not my job and we're not a family. I pointed out that she married a guy who isn't a good dad to his own kid, and how her only interactions with said kid were attempting to dump responsibility onto him, me, so she really has no reason to think that I owe her anything, which of course led her to calling me all sorts of things, including an ass. Am I the a-hole? No, you're not the a-hole, OP. You're 16. It's revolting that they're treating you like this, OP. These are garbage excuses for adults, OP. Like the way that they're acting is embarrassing. Yeah, wow, that's so sad. That post really struck a chord with me for some reason. Like, it's so unfair the way they're treating you, OP. And the audacity that they feel like they're right. Ew. Yeah, this comment, not the a-hole. Document everything and tell her if she refuses to feed her kids again, you're calling CPS. OP, I think you're the reason she married your dad. She was well aware that your dad was nothing more than half of your DNA. She saw you and how independent you are and said, oh boy, free babysitter, and he cooks too. I can dump my kids on him and finally have a life. But then obviously you refuse to play her game and that pisses her off. I don't see that relationship lasting after she loses the kids and the deadbeat that she married refuses to help. And OP said, yeah, I got that from her as well, but maybe she'll be glad if they can live as a child-free couple, because I find it really hard to believe that she cares that much about her kids when she's willing to do all of this and upset them more. And the comment under that says, not the a-hole. Why is she doubling down on withholding food from her 5-year-old and the others? That's abuse. And OP said she way overestimated how I feel about them. I think she really did believe that I see them, her and her kids, as family. I don't hate her kids either, but I don't feel family obligations to them like she thinks. Yeah, and you don't have to, OP. Oh, I feel so sorry for you. That's such an awful situation. But yeah, you are so not the a-hole. The next one is called, am I the a-hole for telling my mum to get a job like everybody else? My 34 female mother, 59 female, hasn't worked for the last 30 years. When we were little, dad worked and she was a stay-at-home mum. She refused to work even when we were older. I remember my parents fighting about it. After their divorce, mum remarried almost instantly and relied on her much older husband, who died last year, leaving everything for his adult kids and almost nothing for her. After the death of her second husband, mum moved in with my brother and his wife. She was supposed to look after their kids while they work. This didn't work out and they're kicking her out, which is totally my mum's fault. I told her multiple times this would happen if she continued to act like she did. She was extremely mean to sister-in-law, tried to run their household, acted like the queen, refused to watch the kids full-time, which was their original agreement. She only watched them like half a day, twice a week, and when she did, she neglected them, like not changing a poopy diaper for God knows how long because she was hoping sister-in-law would come back soon and do it, which resulted in the baby getting a very nasty rash. Now she wants to move in with me. She's saying that she'd help with the kid. I have a 2-year-old. I told her no. I saw what happened to my brother and sister-in-law. You caused major issues in their marriage and I will not risk it. After all, you always told us adult children should never live with their parents. Yep, we were both kicked out at 18 right after we were done with school. She started crying and saying that she doesn't have anywhere to go. She has until the end of the month to leave my brother's house. I told her neither did I when she kicked me out at 18, and I went to live on my friend's couch, but I worked and eventually I rented a room, so I guess that's what she should do. That's what everybody else does. She asked me to at least pay her rent until she gets back on her feet. I said no, you're a healthy working age person. You should not be freeloading. That's what she told me when I was 18. We had a very big fight, but I refused to let her move in or give her money. I'm sure that she should still have some from her inheritance, and I know for a fact that my brother gave her money, so I didn't feel guilty at all. Now multiple relatives are texting me basically saying that me and sister-in-law are horrible people. Mum's dead husband's son called to scold me, telling me that my mum is my responsibility and not theirs, so I should do what's right. I do not feel guilty, but perhaps that's what makes me the a-hole. Am I? I do feel bad about people claiming that I'm a bad daughter, mainly because my mother was never a model mum herself. She never put her kids first and was generally disinterested in us unless she needed something. I mean, if she were nice, I'd be happy to have her near. No, you're not the a-hole, OP. And either is your brother or his wife. Of course your mum is the a-hole. Like, oh, are they the consequences of my actions? Oh no. I've never had to face them before. It's not your fault, OP. The top comment says, when a relative calls berating you for not housing your mother, your only response should be, oh, I'm so glad that you called and that you're so concerned. I'll let mum know that you've offered her lodging. Please reach out to her directly to make arrangements. Not the a-hole. Yeah, and also this comment, not the a-hole. You have the benefit of knowing exactly how she'll act. If you take her in, you'll probably suffer every day until you kick her out, depending on how much money your brother gave her and how much she got from the inheritance. I might consider kicking in a little extra just to completely wash my hands of the situation, but you're totally justified giving her nothing. And the fact that she's also pestering and guilting her husband's son does not make this your problem. Oh, that's so frustrating. Like, oh, let me just kick out my 18-year-old child, and OP had to live on their friend's couch, and then also let me leech off everybody around me, and then have the audacity, the gall to say this to OP. No, you're not the a-hole, OP. You did the right thing. The next one is called, am I the a-hole for not having an excited reaction to my wife's surprise early Father's Day gift? 34 male here. I'm not sure how to start this, so I'll just get right into it. My wife surprised me with a gift that when presented, I didn't really have the best reaction to. My wife had the day off and wanted to have a day with her friend to watch Bridgerton and drink mimosas. Since she was having her day off with her girlfriend, I decided to get a couple of rounds of disc golf in. I get off work and I do the daily chores, garbage, walk the dog, feed myself. As I'm leaving to walk the dog, I tell my wife that I'm going to play disc golf when I'm done, to which she replies, well, maybe you shouldn't. I'll tell you when you get back. This already kind of dampened my mood as I had a long day, and getting some light exercise exercise in some clear weather sounded quite nice. Not to mention that I've made said plans with a couple of people which now I may have to cancel. Not the biggest deal, right? Now that's out of the way, here's the meat and potatoes. She got me a grill, and not only that, but I have to go pick up said grill, assemble it, and prepare dinner for the guests because it's nice out and she invited friends over for me to cook for. It was presented in a manner of, I got you a grill and I invited our friends over, and when you get it put together, you can use it. Needless to say, my internal self was screaming and the stress meter moved up a bit. I gave her, oh cool, and I tried my hardest not to seem ungrateful, but the surprise seemed very impulsive and created a ton of work for me to do, so I cancelled my plans. My wife cancelled the pickup order due to my ungrateful attitude. We're now going out to eat with said people, and we're in a fight. Am I the a-hole? No, OP, not even a little bit. The top comment, not the a-hole. Your wife surprised you with a job, not a gift. Yeah, and the fact that your wife doesn't realise that, like, what do you mean? Yeah, like this other comment says, this is the equivalent of I got you a vacuum for Mother's Day. There's a comment that says, yeah, that's a pretty crappy gift, not the a-hole about the grill for sure. Info, is there more context here? Is she pissed off about a similarly bad Mother's Day and passive-aggressively getting back at you? The timing in the weird holiday, it's still 4 weeks out, would argue in that direction. And OP said she had a chill Mother's Day. I kicked her out of the house to get a massage and go get mani-pedis with her gals. Yeah, no, you're not the a-hole, OP. The comment under that says, hey wife, I bought you a vacuum and I sprinkled flour all over the house. I've invited a bunch of people, including your in-laws, over for a party. Bet you can't wait. Hop to it. Not the a-hole. And if she can't see that, then you guys have bigger issues than a barbecue. Yeah, and this other comment, not the a-hole. Get her a washing machine for her birthday with a nice load of dirty laundry to test drive it. Yeah, no, you're not the a-hole, OP, and that's enough for today. Definitely time to read something wholesome. Hey you, when life gives you lemons, you have a family and a cat. Oh, little lemon cat. God, that's so cute. The little frowny face. Oh my god, I'm a little kitty cat. Another cute cat post. She knew that she could trust her. A stray cat brings all of her babies to a woman who gave her food and helped her. Wow. Look how adorable they all are. 7 beautiful kitty cats showing up at the door. Yeah, that's so sweet. And also, this is the perfect time for me to announce to you guys, I have a new cat. Her name is Chia and she's so cute. A little black and white tuxedo cat. And like this post, she was a stray cat. And I've had her desexed and microchipped and all that sort of stuff. And yeah, I've been wanting to announce it to you guys. So yeah, say hi to Chia, the new member of the family. The other cats get along so well with her too, which is so awesome. And yeah, she's so cute. I told everybody in the members Discord the other day, and I've been so excited to announce it in a video. A dog escapes home, walks 20 blocks to hospital to find owner recovering from cancer surgery. What did humans do to deserve dogs? Yeah, I don't know. That's so beautiful. What a legend of a dog. And look how cute and small they are. Shout out to that dog. Thank you for watching, guys. I hope you had a wonderful time. And if you did, make sure you let me know down below and like and subscribe. And the comment of the day today goes to Abnormally Online. I love the little community that we have going on here. I love going through the comments and being like, hey, it's this guy. I know them. Yeah, it's so beautiful, isn't it? We have such a beautiful community on the channel. And that's all thanks to you guys. So thank you for leaving comments, guys, and being so awesome. I really appreciate it. Okay, I'll see you tomorrow. Make sure you look after yourself and make sure you have a beautiful, amazing rest of your day. And you know what I'm about to say because I say it every single day. Bye!